to the second one in J. It is the Lighten image overlay. I have open already a composite with layers, and you can kind of see how that works, how these blend modes are showing through. And we're just going to click on each layer and see what is going on here. So this particular layer says Lighten, and that layer has a fill on it. And check out the opacity too as you go through them. Just see what is making up these layers. So there's the image on the bottom. There is another layer on top with the Lighten. And this layer has levels applied to it right here. Okay, so let's recreate that. I'm going to go ahead and open these images in Photoshop. They may be slightly different in size, and you don't have to use them all. You can pick one or two and just use those. I'm going to go ahead and start with this one. I'm going to hit Command A to select all. And then the Shutterstock image, nope, it's this one, pixels of this girl here. I'm going to add a new layer. And I'm going to add Command V. Sure how to select it. Command C. I'm going to go Command V. There it is, to paste it into this one. And then this particular layer here, Command A to select it all, Command C to copy it. I'm going to paste this also here. And let's see what some of these lightens and overlays look like. So I'm going to duplicate this image here of the woman. I'm going to turn the very background off, and you can see with the blend mode, so one of them's Lighten. I'm going to turn this one off. You can see what that looks right there. So I can also add a new layer in between or on top of that with a fill layer. And maybe I just want to pick something ever so slightly different. And click that as well with a really light opacity, and also can do a blend mode with that if I want to, So that, let me try this image instead, overlaying. I'm going to try the same one. We'll just go ahead and go through all the blend modes and see what they do. Just play around with them and see if they're darker or lighter, or they're an overlay, and see all the different overlays that you can make happen. I'm just sort of going through all of these right here. So you can also change the opacity. I can turn off that layer with the color. I can make it darker. So play around with those and see which overlays work for you. I'm going to go back to this one. I think it was a little more interesting. And if I select that one, I had used Lighten, and then I'll play around with the opacity as well. And you can see how that works there. Okay, so we are done with the J, moving on to K, our very last tutorial.